Well, hello and good afternoon. I was going to say morning, and welcome to BSN Collectibles YouTube channel. I'm your host and owner, Anthony Thomas, and on BSN today, I am going to be doing another comic book sports card review. And the reason why I got comic book in my mind, because I do a comic book channel as well, which is Pure Power Comics. But today I am showcasing or reviewing Brad Johnson. Brad Johnson, he played with the Minnesota Vikings. And this card I'm showcasing is before you. And like I said in my previous videos, I'm going to be talking about the design of the card as well as the player, front and back, what I like about the card, why did I pick it out of the bunch, out of our stock to talk about. And these are just some random pulls, nothing that I went out and said, oh, I'm just gotta do this one, I gotta do this famous player, I gotta do that famous player. No, these are guys that played in the game, you know. And I think all of them are famous to play in the game, because you have to be good enough to get in the NFL. You have to be that good to be able to even get in there, first of all, and get paid thousands to millions of dollars. So I take away nothing from the B's and the C and so forth players. I mean, you got your A guys, your A caliber guys. You know, that's a whole nother level. But these guys who are, you know, you don't hear about, or you hear about them but not that much, or you don't hear about them all, but they had to be good to get in the NFL, just like in the NBA and the MLB and all that. You have to be a certain caliber player to make it to that stat. You know, it ain't based on your look and your smile or nothing like that. It's based on your skill. So first of all, I tip my hat off to all the players that are that made it to the NBA and made it to the NFL and so far. You know, because you have to be that darn good to get to there in the first place. So, what do I like about this card? I mean, as you can see from the count, you know, just from the look, just look at the back of it, the background. Just look at the background of the card. Just look at the background first. Look at that checkerboard, that, you know, background. But you got the gold and the silver shimmering from the light, you know. And then you got the player, he's up front, and then, you know, you can't even tell what's in the background, what's where they at, and nothing like that. That's just a nice looking background. They're concentrating on the player, but also they're concentrating on the background. So the background actually stands out as well as the player stands out. And then you got underneath the player the dark. You know, you got your purple and dark blue in there. And you got some black at the bottom. So that I love that front cover. And then you got his name, Brad Johnson. You know, in silver lettering. And then you got the silver lettering on the side. Now here, I like that. The letter was going prestige, and this here basically is a playoff card. Let me just grab it, and you got a playoff at the top, prestige 1999, and 1998. Let me see that. Yeah, 1998 playoff card. And then you got your stats on the back, Brad Johnson. See how they have this in color? They have this in color with him back here. He's got his Viking hat on. He got here, got it in colors here as well. And you got your stats, you know. And I'm gonna give you some, you know, the ATT stands for attempts. You know. And then you got your what you had in 1994, and obviously these are all the stats from the Minnesota Vikings. 1994, 1995, 1996, 1997. He had 37 attempts, and 94 and 95 he had 36. 97, 96 he had 311, and 97 452. And completions he had 22, 20, and 94, 25, and 95 and 195 and 96 and 275 in 97. And yards, passing yards, he had 150 in 94, and 95 he had 272, and 96 he had 2,258 passing yards, and 97 he had 3,036 passing yards. Completions he had 59.5 in 94. In 95 he had 69.4. In 96 he had 62.7. In 97 he had 60.8. And touchdowns in 94, 0. And touchdowns in 95, 0. So he had a bad year. Touchdown. Or maybe that's okay. Passing for a straight touchdown. I'm pretty sure they won some games. And I don't know if this. Wait, okay. And hold on one second. And 95. Cause let me look at something. 1 second here. I may be giving you some mixed information. Oh yeah, I'm right. I'm right. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at. Thought he was talking about Florida State, but he played in Florida State. But touchdowns 0, touchdowns 95 0, touchdowns in 96 he had 17. And touchdowns in 97 he had 20. Total touchdowns 37. Once you add that all together, and interceptions thrown 0 in 94. In 95 he had 2. In 96 he had 10, and 97 he had 12. He had a lot of interceptions, and total was 24 out of those years. Played with Florida State. His height is 6'5", and his weight is 223. This is card 43. Let me zoom the camera back out. This is Brad Johnson of the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Brad also, let me give you a little bit more history on him. He was born September 13, 1968, as a former American football quarterback born in Marietta, Georgia. Johnson grew up in Black Mountain, North Carolina, and later played both college basketball and football at Florida State. The Minnesota Vikings drafted Johnson in the 9th round of the 1992 NFL draft. He spent 7 seasons with the Vikings and 2 seasons with the Washington Redskins before becoming the starting quarterback of Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2001. He led the Buccaneers to their Super Bowl 37 title. Super Bowl 37, the title over the Oakland Raiders. He played for the Buccaneers for 4 seasons, from 2001 to 2004. The Minnesota Vikings for 2 more seasons, from 2005 to 2006. And the Dallas Cowboys, where he played in 2007. And Marietta, Georgia, where he's born. His height is 6 feet 5 inches, weight 238. College he played at Florida State. Draft, when he was drafted, he was in round 9. He was a 227 pick. Wow, he's way in the back, waiting a long time. Teams he played with: Minnesota Vikings, 1992 to 98. The London Monarchs, 1995. So he did some. I don't know what London Monarchs are, but that's a side team he played with. Washington Redskins, 1999 to 2000. Tampa Bay from 2001 to 2004. He went back to Minnesota Vikings from 2005 to 2006. And then he played with the Dallas Cowboys 2007 to 2008. So he went back, just like LeBron went back to Cleveland. So it's not unheard of. Super Bowl champion, 37. 2 times Pro Bowl, 1999, 2002. Gave you the stats. And Johnson has 2 children with his wife, Nikki. His brother-in-law is Mark Rich, former head coach, football coach at the University of Georgia and the University of Miami. Football team, Miami football team. Johnson's father is Rick Johnson, who helped establish the wind-shaped camps after working several years at Ridgecrest campus. He currently resides in Athens, Georgia. Johnson's son, Max, is also a quarterback committed to LSU Tigers football. And they got his career stats here. I'm not reading all those. Alright, so that's gonna that's gonna do it for today on this sports card review with Mr. Brad Johnson. And tomorrow I'll be showcasing, I keep saying showcasing it. Well, I'll be showcasing 2015 Topps football tomorrow. And also I will be reviewing Mr. William Blackwell, Pittsburgh Steelers. Mr. William Blackwell. But today is Brad Johnson. So, like I said before, subscribe, hit the bell icon, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment. Have a great and awesome day. Enjoy family and friends and yourself. Spend some time with yourself.